Now, this clearance expired on the 31st December. In item 7, as you read, it said, please note that this financial clearance expires on the 31st of December 2024 and cannot be used thereafter. Now, in normal public administration and civil service of this country, financial clearances expire. Even under this government, they will have financial clearances expire and they will go for extension. It is a normal practice in the system. It's no news. But you could only use it when you go for an extension for the Ministry of Finance. So why didn't government see the need? Money was allocated for 15,000. You came in 7,000 or almost 8,000 had started. The remaining were employed by Ghana Health Service, albeit they were late, but they were at post. You didn't see the need to tell the institutions to reject them. Neither did the institutions write to you to reject them. What it meant was that they filled the gap and they were needed to be at post. So the institution used them. Except for political reasons. They did not extend this for political reasons. And then 10 months down, they faced an embarrassment where the students or the staff went on a public agitation, demonstration, to draw your mind to this clearance and the need for extension. Embarrassing enough, you are saying that you've taken it to cabinet for an approval. What sort of cabinet do you have to take for an approval when you have a clearance already? You're throwing that in the eyes of the people. So government created a mess. And they've seen 10 months, it's caught up on them, and they are fixing it. And that's when you take political decisions. You see, the minority, we are a reasonable minority. If you remember when the nurses went on strike, the leader is here, on the guidance of the leadership, and the committee, we resolved that it was too early for us to support a cause, and maybe they may have to be reasonable to government. And that was because government is continuum. Regardless of the clearance they had, all this payment dates was approved in the last year. Understand government a bit, and then be merciful. Go back to work and negotiate with government. The minority was so reasonable. And then the nurses saw the need to go back to work. So this is a reasonable minority. We've given you the opportunity as a government to find your feet in the first year as much as you can. And we have become so not too political with health. But you are dragging us in. It's the same thing that you did. You were so political. In 2020, the nurses went on strike for 3 weeks. Then in opposition, the NDC supported them that you should stay in opposition. They should learn from the minority. Our position in this year has been that it is too early. So we extended a goodwill, not because of the NDC government, but for the Ghanaian, whose life will be lost. And when the nurses are fixed, at the end of the day, what happened to the life that is lost? That's how reasonable that we have been. We cannot continue to be reasonable when you take the youth of this country for granted. The youth of this country matter. Ghanaians matter, nurses matter, and midwives also matter. It appears that being reasonable to them over the period, they are taking them for granted. And that is why we are trying to come in to get the public to know that there is no need for cabinet to approve anything again. There's no need. This is a clearance. Government should come and tell us that there was no clearance. There was, it expired. And they should tell us if indeed in public administration there has not been clearance which had expired and has been extended. It's no news in this country or any other country. It's no news. They lacked their will and they were too political in their decision. So government created a mess. They have to fix it and fix it now. They should pay them now because the money was allocated. They should pay them now. That's the position of the minority. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Chief. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll allow some few questions from you.
So you need to catch his eye.
If
catch
any.
the eye of the anchor person, and then he will take your question.
Yeah, my name is Habila Fikeli. My question is, yes, clearance may have been given, but the issue is, did you find
It's not possible. It's not possible. You would not recruit when there's no money sitting down. And if all the 15,000 or so were at home, that's a different story. But where about 7,000 or 8,000 went to work tells you there was money. So which Ghanaian is more important than the other Ghanaian? That you can go to teaching hospital, start working as a nurse midwife because you applied there. You can go to the church institutions to work in the Christian health institution because you applied there. Then the other Ghanaian that applied to Ghana Health Service, other Ghanaians are more Ghanaians. It doesn't make sense. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. There was money sitting there. They only chose not to be technically efficient.
Yes, any other? Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Express News.
This is a policy issue. This is a policy issue. That's why we voted for the NDC government to fix what MPP did not complete or did not do. It's for them to decide to create a forum to share opinion in it. We'll come and share the opinion. It's up to them. You understand? So really this, I'm not able to tackle it. But now what I care most is that the nursing staff, we took care of them when they went to school, government-assisted schools. Some went to private institutions. Their parents are employed. It's the taxpayers' money we use to take care of them in school. It's the taxpayers' money we use to pay them. All their parents are saying is that our kids are working for so long a time, they are not being paid, regardless of whether they voted for the MPP, they voted against the MPP, they voted for NDC. All the Ghanaian cares now is that the taxpayers' money must be used to pay them, period. That's why we are here.
Thank you, Rankin.
Where government was still, the NPP government was still in power. I don't know, during the transition, did this issue come up? And what advice did you give to incoming government?
Yeah, as far as this matter is concerned, the books are clear. The financial clearance would expire on the 31st. And therefore, the chaps were all recruited before 31st. Yes, and there's no advice. The Ghanaian has done his work. His child has been employed. He has to be paid, period. Power changed, but power change doesn't mean government is broken. When the power changed, did they pay the public servants of January? In January they did, right? So, I mean, power changes, government continues. And so therefore they needed to just sort this out, and they had to sort it out.
You again.
Okay. Yes. So the concerns the public, general public, has raised is why did the S1 administration wait, for the clearance to, expand?
All right. So let me clear something for you. If you would even say that the sector ministry is apolitical, and there's a political head who is a minister, the one that we could have played politics with is those who are employed to the Ministry of Health Institutions. If I say Ministry of Health Institutions, in the practice of healthcare, those who are in the teaching hospitals are directly employed by the Ministry of Health. So the minister can choose to say that I'm doing politics. So for the teaching hospitals, chief director, tell them to hold on. You understand? He has no role over the decisions of the Ghana Health Service, where the director general is kind of semi-autonomous. They are purely public servants who are doing their work. So any delay there, the minister and the government will have to query them to find out why was the delay, what was the hospitals doing. So you learn from it, and then you make sure that you correct it in subsequent years. And it's not as if every year there was no clearance. Every year there were clearance. Only there's a backlog. There's the lag. You finish, you complete 2021, they'll do it probably this year. It has been a phase. It used to be almost about 9 years. They closed it to about 4 years. So there's always out of phase. But it doesn't mean there's no clearance. Clearance are there issued every year. And the monies are made available because we work on it here. And it was in it, and then we work on it. Yes. So some bits were recruited. So there was no politics with it. You understand? The minister would have said, Chief Director, I'm doing politics, I'm campaigning. For that matter, there's no time. So, for mine, hold on a bit. But for Ghana Health Service, or for CHAC, which is a religious institution, can you really call CHAC and say, those who have applied to you, the quota we have given you, hold on? Oh, man. It is not done. It is not right. So they will not even do it. Purely Ghana Health Service delayed. And you have a reason to query to find out why. And then improve upon the system. That's it. But you cannot say that I'm not going to effect extension for them because I have just come in government. But the Minister of Finance is a member of Parliament, and the Minister of Health is a member of Parliament.
Citizen TV, Accra, Ghana. Citizen TV, the citizen's power.